Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML Milan.
It's Walsh.
What's up, bud?
Back home. Busy weekend, you and I in the city.
We were no more than 10 feet away for 3 days straight, and now we're 3,000 miles away.
Back to real life. But yeah, we got to watch some games together, so that was fun.
Watch some games together, watch Derek get married. Holy.
Yeah, Derek got married. All long-time listeners, I'm sure, will remember some of his episodes earlier in the early days, but the very same. Yeah, some players got points, some players didn't.
Yeah.
FPL week, game week, another one in the books.
Weird week. No cleans, basically, except for
not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot of action for you. I mean, nothing too drastic from our last pod, right? On Monday when you were like,
I wildcarded.
Oh,
what the hell? What? Yeah, I did a little Thursday wildcard. We did it on the Patreon pod. I spent probably less time than ever on it because you were here and we had a crazy weekend, and I was just like, I think this is my team, and I ended up here. For the audio listeners, I'll read it out. It's Dubravka, Darlow, double barrel 4-0 keepers. Senesi and Tarko are my two, pretty much start every week unless they have one of the 6 insane fixtures, and Tarko had that this week, so he was on the bench. The other 3 defenders I have are all promoted 4-0s, Alderete, Ekdal, and Rodon, who didn't DEFCON for me, those 2 last ones, motherfuckers. My midfield is Mo, who I capped, Palmer, Semenya, Paquetá, and then KDH, Dewsbury Hall, who I'll start him sometimes, all depending on fixtures. And then I'm at 2 up top with Holland and Bowen, fodder, third forward on the third spot on the bench. Yeah, I'm mostly happy with it. I mean, Ekdal's 8 DEFCONs and almost scoring, and Alderete almost scoring, and Rodon almost DEFCONing. There's a lot of DEF-cucking going on here, but mostly good. I went up a lot. Reijnders felt bad. Palmer, obviously, the obvious problem now in the team is that he's hurt. Because I liked the fixture for goals, and then Bob did the Bob thing, and then he came off injured 15 minutes after the Bob thing, and now I'm just sitting here with the yellow card. So that'll probably be one of my
flag.
Yellow flag, and that'll probably be one of my rolled frees. Will probably be to just get out of there now that he's hurt. Otherwise, happy with the team.
Just Palmer. He got you, as I prophesized.
Well, he got me with an injury, not by being.
He was
bad.
hurt. The joke was, will he make it through the pregame warm-ups?
Which he did.
Couldn't make it through 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which he didn't. 20 minutes was about all you could get. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than that, obviously it did not go well. You're in good shape. Your team looks good.
Good shape.
Team looks good. Good shape.
I think I'm on 3 frees, I think. And so that should be enough frees to handle any upcoming problems.
Yeah. Do you want to go over any of the more, less popularized aspects of your team with Bowen?
Well, everyone was saying I
I
have the worst team of all fucking time with all these promoted defenders and Bowen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about everyone, but there were people that were saying that.
That was the common take. Was what the fuck is Alon smoking with Bowen and all these shitty defenders? And
why don't you just go through that just to explain your thinking a little bit, because it's unorthodox.
It's definitely unorthodox, and everyone will remember Walsh's team was all the DEFCON monsters, 5 at the back every week from last pod.
5. I got bamboozled by one that we'll talk about later.
4 to 5 every week. One of them has red hair, so you can't do that. And mine, we talked about it on the Thursday pod, but mine is like a similar take from a different angle, where I'm like, the promoted defenders who for the past 2 to 10 seasons are usually just nightmares. Every once in a while there's a good one, but usually they're just horrible, are now good. And that's my big bet and take. And I think Sunderland are pretty good and Leeds are pretty good and Burnley are very defensive and they'll keep some cleans too. And so I'm like looking at it. I mean, obviously this week, basically no one kept clean, so it looks pretty good. And if they defconned, it would look really good. Alderete did. Dubravka got 7 saves, so that's fine too. And I just don't think there was much better picks to go for in the 4-5-5-0. I think these guys will just get me a lot of defcons, get me occasional cleans, and it let me obviously load up with a very, very expensive Bowen, Holland, Palmer, Mo, Semenyo, alongside cheap Paquetá and cheap Dewsbury Hall. And I like that. I still think, these are the guys who will get the most points. These are the guys who I want to be captaining. I think, Isak's around the corner. Maybe Saka's going to be an option soon. Other guys. And I want to be able to go in and out of those guys. I think that's that's like the controversial part of it. And then Bowen is the other part, which is like, I was on Gyok. It felt wrong. He's looked kind of mid. We'll talk about him later for sure. And then like Bowen just appeared out of thin air. I was just like looking through all the forwards who were all either like bad or not nailed or, their managers are saying they need rests or whatever. And he's the one who's just like, oh, this guy's not in Europe. 90 every single game ever. That's all he ever does. And all he does is put up points for every single year. He's just an absolute machine. And yeah, he doesn't have pens, but he has 193, 182, 145, and 206 are his last 4 seasons. And even though West Ham aren't good, I think he'll just do it again. And he came through with a 9. It's not pretty, but he's just like the honest work fucking poster boy. He's just going to keep doing it no matter how good or bad West Ham are. He's going to get points. So, yeah, that's basically it.
I mean, I think the only other forward that is in that category that I'm surprised you didn't pick instead of is Evan Nielsen, I think.
Yeah.
Were you more concerned about that from the standpoint of like he just hasn't done it before and he's not shooting a ton and he's facilitating, or did you consider him?
Well, it's obviously a much better team, but I think it's a much less focal point kind of player. Yeah, he barely shoots. 10 goals is his best he's ever done, and that doesn't seem like unreasonable. I wasn't watching him last year being like, wow, he could have 17 goals right now. Like, that's also around the best he ever did when he was playing in the Portuguese league. He's just not a huge output kind of guy. He does all of his good stuff in other ways, and drawing pens is a big part of them, and being an outlet and coming deep is a part of it. Whereas Bowen is just the focal point, take majority of the shots, score majority of the goals, talisman, So
yeah,
I think
I'm definitely higher. I think I'm definitely higher on Evan Nielsen than you are hearing you talk. I mean, he did underhit his XG last year, and I don't know. I feel like he does have like a 15+ goal output potential. I mean, we're gonna have to see when if he stays fit when the numbers come in at the end of the season, but I don't know. I mean, he's also a really good option, I think.
He's good. I mean, he's also never stayed fit in his career. He's never played, 30 90s. He's never even played more than 25 90s.
This time it's going to be different, though.
This time might be different. We'll see. But yeah, he's just not like a shot monster. He's not some guy who's just like, and people can improve. He's not old or anything. But he's not this guy who's just like the focal point, tip of the spear. Like, oh my God, he had 4 good chances. I've never said that after a game. Oh my God, Evan Nielsen had 3 good chances. Could have had a hat trick.
Say, oh my God, Evan Nielsen drew 3 pens. We've said
literally
that after a game.
And that has happened.
Yeah.
And that's good.
I'm with. I mean, I think it's with Bowen is just he burned so many people with a Sunderland. He's price drop 0.3, which is
7-7.
So much. In 5 game weeks to drop 0.3 is so much. And yeah, he's probably gonna keep just getting points in a fairly consistent, unsexual way. It's not no pens, definitely dents his ceiling
for sure.
Even without them, if he gets Chris Wood 7-point goals, which he has so far, then that makes up a lot for it, right? He's got 2 9s on his 2 goals. So if he sprinkles them around in a nice fortuitous way, then maybe he's getting a lot of bonus points with them. So yeah, I mean, Bowen's still a pick.
Still a pick. Always will be, and he'll always be forgotten. I mean,
Okay.
he was sort of unfairly priced at 8, and the other, more like safe, like steady. Maybe Ladro's not safe or steady, but Ladro, Mateta, Wood, all 7.5. We kind of all were just like, I don't know. A few people went there, and that's why he price dropped. But it felt like the other guys were just like, that 0.5 matters a lot, especially like game week 1. But if we all do the exercise of being like, where were we with Bowen on game week 1? If he was 7.5, he was the same price of all those guys. Kind of just an easy pick. I mean, he's just 180 every year, 90 every game. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I think with us, if we had Mateta not in Europe, he would be very obvious. But the Europe is certainly, that's certainly going to dent his appeal. Yeah, but like you said, I mean, it is a big process of elimination exercise. It's all of a sudden the names just get very, very, they diminish very quickly.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. A different world with how many teams are in Europe. It's just so unprecedented. We've never played the game.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, we've
teams.
never played FPL before. You or I mean, maybe, I don't know, like 15 years ago, I couldn't speak to that, but we've never had this many teams in Europe. So it does definitely we do need to augment our thinking, I think, a lot, because we're seeing already so many teams, just whether it's rotation like Spurs or the way they play like Palace. Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of extra considerations that we usually don't have to deal with.
Exactly. I mean, people in our Discord as of today, as recently as today, are like, JSL's a pretty good pick. And it's like, he's 6'4", he's on Wolves, they have 0 points. And it's like, because that gap between him and like Bowen, it's like a bunch of not nailed guys or rotation guys or Europe guys or whatever. And then you get to him and you're like, well, he'll start every game, even though Wolves suck. And I'm like, I kind of get it, but it's bleak for forwards.
Yeah, I mean, another aspect of this that you can look at is just have one, just have Haaland and go 5-4 or 4-5-1. And
absolutely, 100%.
That's definitely on the cards.
Definitely a card.
Not for the faint of heart. I mean, a lot of people like having, bench players and,
Well, part of it for me also, and I mentioned this before, I'm not going to harp on it, but it's just like Isak, Gyok. I don't think there's nothing there. So
I'm sitting here with Gyok.
Yeah, so I think there's a world where 3 weeks from now, whether it's Bowen turning into one of them, whether it's a double downgrade of midfield and then my 4-4 forward turns into one of them, I think that's possible. But, for now, it certainly seems just Haaland and, fucking Lyle Foster and a 4-4 and you're fine. And Lyle Foster's second on your bench every week because defenders are better than him anyway. It's like, sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's look at Team Walsh here.
Yeah, just a steady 52 points. Seems like everyone was sort of in the same like 45 to 50, 60 range.
I saw some par 25s on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but they're especially bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're keeping quiet wherever they are, I suppose. But this kind of is a weird week. It's just you're not really spiking any big like 80, like big plus 20 on the average. I mean, obviously some people did, but I mean, I think 2 weeks into my 5 at the back, like I've gotten 6 extra points from my defenders both weeks. I hit DEFCONs with 3 of 5 last week and 3 of 5 this week, which is just amazing. I mean, I only got 1 clean with Senesi this week.
Was LaCroix close?
Not really.
No, it's 6. That's so weird.
Yeah, LaCroix and Vandenberg. Well, LaCroix, Vandenberg and LaCroix are issues. I mean, I'm sorry, Vandenberg's an issue. LaCroix, I'm not sure what's going on.
At least the defense is good with LaCroix, and he hit a header off the post. Vandenberg is like, if he's not DEFCONing, he might as well just be Alderete. Alderete is just better. Mukiele and Alderete are just better picks than Vandenberg. Yeah.
There are a lot of picks that are better than Vandenberg.
There's a lot
that I don't have. And then I mean, Bruno did it, and Captain Mo, Holland, 9, and so we're chilling. We're chilling. Got 3. I have 3 frees now, so we'll see. We'll see what I'm going to do this
Team
week.
FML FPL going Mo Holland out the gate, and still being on Mo Holland while people are selling one to get the other, or wildcarding to get one of them this week. It's just like, we nailed something there.
I'm 900K right now. I mean, for me at this stage, usually
fucking great.
I mean, usually by game week, what is it, 5? I've already fucking lost the season. Like usually by now I've gone down to 4 million or something. So I'm kind of doing chill stuff, and I like the 5 at the back a lot. So I'm feeling pretty good.
There we go. Top 3 in the September mug race so far. I think there's probably just the 1 week left, right? I mean, game weeks. Yeah, just the 1 week left. So we'll see how this goes. Carson Fury, aka Teach Me How to Doggy. Kim Hoagie, aka Ping Pong Frimpong. And in third place, Nigel Smith, aka Miserina. Good job by you guys.
Okay, some familiar names up top. Good luck to you guys holding on.
Love to
guys and gals holding on to the top spots.
Yeah.
There's a Monday game though this week, which is horrendous.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. And there's another international break around the corner. All right, where do you want to begin here?
I mean, we could pick anything. Do you want to start with the box office, the Arsenal City? Is there anything to draw there? And
we actually got some City questions and we got some Arsenal questions, so I think that's a great place to start. I mean, we could talk about the game first. I mean, everyone is shitting on Arteta. I don't know if you think it's justified or not, and City kind of on 2 days rest, kind of like parked after their goal. I mean, what is there any like big takeaways you have from that game, or should I just jump to questions?
I mean, I think from the Arteta standpoint, I guess the people that shat on him for this game would have been the same ones that have been shitting on him for years, because all he did was remind us exactly who he is.
The usual.
Yeah, like the usual game plan in these games. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously for us, like as neutrals. Well, I guess you're not too neutral in this fixture with Liverpool lens on it, but just from a watchability standpoint.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I mean, it's not fun watching Arsenal really play. I mean, they're probably in the bottom 3 of least fun games to watch teams in the division.
I think that's fair.
With like Villa and I don't know who else might fit that category.
Burnley.
Yeah, maybe Burnley. But although Burnley, when they that was a watchable game.
That was watchable.
This last one, the NFO. I mean, maybe when Burnley play top 4.
And just like the antithesis of Arteta, he makes every game watchable, and Arteta makes no game watchable. It's kind of,
but yeah, I mean, it's snatching the point was nice, but yeah, Gyak. I think Gyak is a very divisive character in general.
Let's talk about him.
Okay, I mean, he's been pretty bad since he's been there.
I think so too. I think that's the fair assessment. I mean, he got the goal and pen versus Leeds, right? And otherwise he's been like very quiet, struggled to get shots, hasn't really been creating chances. I mean, the NFO goal was like
that was a nice
second. Goal. It was a beautiful goal, but it was 1 second after halftime. They kind of caught them with the pants down with the long ball over top. Incredible first time ball from Eze, and he taps it in. But
I think like that was the encouraging goal to me, was like, this is the kind of just box striker to just make that little quick dart in front of the center back and just tap it in, that
finish the move.
It's just the problem is like he hasn't really played any minutes with Saka yet. And Madueke he was good in this game from a standpoint of like getting the ball up. But I mean, he's a very unreliable player in terms of finding his teammate, which is what he requires. I think my more concerning thing with him is just like his hold up is very erratic, and he hasn't created a single chance, unless if I'm misremembering the Leeds open play goal, but like he hasn't created his own chance.
Leeds one he did. The Leeds one he did, but it was like,
okay.
I mean, maybe people think this is unfair, but it was very much like Premier League defenders don't usually let that happen. This is definitely like a promoted side goal. Like it was a cut in on the right and dribble inside the box, and no one challenges him
down.
And then a good finish, but it's just like that just doesn't happen like usually. Yeah.
And I mean, Odegaard's been hurt, and they've been playing a lot of the Liverpool games, City. So I mean, he hasn't had even like a 3 or 4 game run of just middle of the road opposition. I am still just hoping that they will have too much for teams when they play like the non-Arsenal or non-City and non-Liverpool, that he's just going to fall into points.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's stupid, but it's the way I feel about it.
I don't think it is stupid because as annoying and frustrating as Arsenal are, they also lead all of England in the amount of like 4-0, 5-0, and 6-0 wins. They pile it on in a way that City and Liverpool don't usually, or not as frequently, even though they're frustrating in a lot of the other games where they're barely attacking, barely scoring, one corner goal, whatever. But
that's so bizarre because they score exactly one goal more than any other team in Europe.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. One or under. Yeah, especially for like the top 4 teams or whatever. But
Liverpool, I mean, last 2 and 3 all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Liverpool are 2 is like the sweet spot, 3 if needed.
Yeah.
I mean, last year they 5 against West Ham, 5 against Palace, 5 against City, 4 against Leicester, 4 against Ipswich. So 5 times. The year before, 6 versus West Ham, 6 versus Sheffield, 5 versus Sheffield, 5 versus Palace, 5 versus Burnley, 5 versus Chelsea, 4 Bournemouth, 4 Luton, 4 Newcastle. So they fucking pile it on, and you just gotta hope, like you said, that like in those games he just has triple return potential, like 2 goals and an assist or something. But yeah, I mean it's a bad start. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. They bought him, not as a prospect. They bought him to be the finished product and make them a title, favorite. And he's 1.3 shots per 90 right now, and that's just not enough.
Yeah. And it is difficult though, because without Odegaard, he's reluctant to play Eze, and they don't have without Saka. I mean, all of the creative players have really not been playing very much since he's been there. Yeah. And it's I think something that it's worth thinking about now. The Gyökeres for you as like FPL manager, because he's got Newcastle next week away, which is no different. Like he'll probably not do anything in that game.
Nightmare
maybe
game.
They win a pen or something. But then the fixtures, like everyone's been saying, like, I can't wait till the fixtures change in Game Week 7 for Arsenal. I'm going to get them all. I mean, he hasn't looked good and hasn't done a lot of points. So are you doing, like, you still have to make that call. Like, am I just going to still get him? And like, because I want him for the run, even though he hasn't been looking good and doing it yet? Or am I like putting more into that and say, I don't think he's going to look good, even though the fixtures are good?
Yeah.
Because it's sort of a sensitive time. Game Week 7, not this week with Newcastle, but if for non-owners, Yeah,
and my gut right now would say still just get him, because you're trying to find those 5-0s and those 6-0s, and they will come, and there's still no competition for him. But another blank, another like 1-0 shot blank against Newcastle, like he could like price drop, and I wouldn't be shocked. If people are just watching them being like, what the fuck is this? But
because like, to me, as owning him, I've had him for 2 game weeks. I wildcarded him in for the NFO game, and he would have to get injured for me to drop him, I think. Like,
for that run. Yeah. The run is like
the next 2 months. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, they have these fixtures. I hope and expect him to just keep betting in them to score goals in these games. Like, I think he's just a really safe pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
Pens, good pick.
Yeah, I wonder also how we probably won't know for a while, but how the Pens will shake out once Saka's actually starting games. Which might be soon. The other Arsenal questions we got are FPL Towers. I'm looking at Eze for when the fixtures turn. Thoughts on Eze as a pick? Fleece, how do you see the point sharing Arsenal attack going forward? Will Gyök be high involvement or just be one of the guys who randomly gets points? And then Tom, with better RSCast fixtures coming, is there anyone else you would look at? Is doubling up on defense a bad shout?
I mean, I really don't think Eze is a pick.
Not even.
Are people just saying that because they want coverage? Is this a coverage pick or
I think they're just saying that
think?
because he's back-to-back games with an assist, and it's like, oh, Eze, but like he's just not nailed. He didn't even start. He just didn't start, and he will. I mean, Madueke is hurt now apparently for a bit, and Odegaard's still not in the squad, so maybe people are thinking he'll start in the midfield in some of these games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of need to see that before I jump there.
Yeah, I mean, I also just feel like with him, when he has no other avenues, it just diminishes his potential so severely.
Yeah,
He's
no
not on.
corners, no free
He's
kicks,
on no
no
set
pens.
pieces. He's no pens. Like it's just open play, and yeah, I don't see him as an option at all.
Yeah.
And then I'm still on the same boat as I've been saying all year with the Arsenal defenders. They're just not picks because they're not reliably enough getting defcons.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think the only
too expensive and
yeah, I said this last week. I mean, I think the only ones you could punt on if you want to punt there would be the fullbacks because you need them to get enough attacking returns that it makes up for the fact that they don't defcon. And that would like maybe be Calla, maybe be Timber, but it's just risky. It's risky.
It's just not where you want to be spending your money, I don't think.
And the only other guy I was talking about, I think, is Saka, who like obviously he's just back. We haven't seen him start yet. Yeah. But he's fucking 9'8". And with Palmer hurt and not that many premiums, period, in the game, if he starts starting right around when these fixtures turn, it's really probably a good time to go for him. We know his fucking history. He's just gonna return all the time, and he has big potential.
Yeah, I mean it's after the Newcastle game. The run is from 7 to 11. Basically, it's 5 pretty good fixtures in a row.
Yeah,
I'm still just worried about no pens. You know what it looks like, and
but
the fitness is very concerning.
Also, though, the pens, right? I mean, that's just like what some journalist like posted. Some Swedish journalist posted like a thing about Gyak or something, and it was
I'll take that as biblical as God himself told me. I don't think I need to question the sauce.
Yeah, like he at least has like some pen share, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah, I mean, he's 9.8's a good price for him. It's still, then you look at him in conjunction with some of the other players, like, you know, Bruno, for example, right? I mean, they have a pretty good fixture run as well coming up. Like they have Liverpool in 8, but other than that, it's like really good for even longer. 1 game a week, like 100% of the pens. I can't get there. You know, I can't get to Saka over Bruno. Yeah, I don't think that's a goer at all. Especially he's like, you know, 0.8. He's more expensive. You know,
I'm
then it's
actually
like, how do you fit him in?
I just think Saka's way better.
Okay.
I mean, even the years when he was just scoring 200 points, he would take like 2 pens in some of those seasons. He had 1 year, the year he scored 16 goals. That was his big pen year. That was 6 pens. The other years, he didn't really even take that many. You know, the team saying Man United also have good fixtures comparing to Arsenal is like, you know, that's kind of comedy. I mean, Arsenal could score 6 and have scored 6 against any of their upcoming opponents in that good run, you know, not including the Newcastle game. Whereas Man United will draw or lose probably half of them and struggle to create chances. So it's like, Bruno, you know, if Bob Sanchez gets a fucking red card in the 5th minute and he's popping up in the box every game, it's like, let's fucking go. He's the best pick in the game. But in every other game, he's still very, very deep. So, like, having good fixtures, I don't even know how drastically that affects him. Obviously, the pens are fucking huge, and he's already had 2 pens. So I'm not saying he's a bad pick. He's a great pick. But for someone to take advantage of a good run, they need the team to function and score a lot of goals and be the center of everything. And like Man United could score 3 in one of those games and Bruno have like maybe an assist and it's all Cunha and Bumo and Sesko flick-ons or something. Whereas if Arsenal score 5, which I think they will in at least one of these games, you know Saka's triple returning, like for sure. But that said, he's still hurt. You know, so we don't even know if he can start.
Yeah, I think we also need to begin to spend more time considering Saka as not a 90-minute player anymore.
It's possible, yeah.
And I'm running that
Palmer
in my calculations here. Well, forget about Palmer; he's never a pick. It doesn't matter. But with Saka, like even when he comes back, like he's still going to be getting fucking England call ups. Like they still play 3 games every week. You know, so you're also looking at a lot of these where you know he could be just having subs before minute 60, you know, where it's like, oh yeah, we scored a few and he's not 100%. Right. So I think that needs to play into it also. And I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really done that before. Will he do that in the future? Yeah, maybe, but like, I don't know. I'm probably willing to take the risk. I mean, I was saying it all summer and it still maintains true, is that the best predictor of muscle injuries are muscle injuries. And like, I'm not worried about that for Saka. And obviously that just reared its head for Palmer, right? Like, guy coming off muscle injury, re-injures muscle injury. It's like, shocker. But Arteta, how many times have we said before, like, oh, surely he's going to manage Saka's minutes here, and then he just fucking gets kicked to absolute shit and plays 90 against Luton at home, and it's like, okay, Arteta's just Artetaing.
Yeah, and he might just have a completely different philosophy about this. But I mean, we still look at it as how many times will he break before he actually changes his approach of how he plays.
That's the big
Saka.
question, the big unknown.
And it's I mean, the number that number's going up. So, we'll have to see that. But to me, I'm worried about it.
Yeah, if you're buying today, if someone's on Wildcard this week, you're nowhere near considering Saka, and Bruno's probably 100% nailed in the team, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's how it should be. I agree with that.
Yeah, but like if Saka starts and plays 75 and yada yada, and you're wildcarding 7 or 8 instead of now, I'm interested in Saka. I think he's a very real pick.
Okay.
And then on the city side of things, I mean, so Balf said, who's the best third City player? Assuming the first two are Holland and Rind. Parmo said, what about a Foden punt? He wants to take a 2-week punt. Stud Muffin, I have Bobbing. Do I just start him versus Burnley or transfer to Reijnders? And then Vikings said pack to Reijnders, so we could talk a little pack too. And then the big one is Balfs, John, and Bash all asking about triple capping Holland this week. What do you think about that?
I mean, just firstly, they play Burnley, Brenham, Everton next 3. Home Burnley, at Brenham, home Everton. So pretty good.
Good time to get some City guys, maybe.
Yeah, probably. It's a really good weekend with Holland because they have the League Cup game midweek, and he's going to be nowhere near that. So, they're going to have a week off. So that is rare to have, I think, from this point forward in the season, period, full stop. Yeah. And, he looks irresistible, and they usually roll teams like Burnley, even if it might be a bus. Scott Parker at home, they usually roll teams like that, where, we see Liverpool sometimes occasionally struggle against a deep block like that. So I think it's pretty fine triple cap week for Holland. I don't know if I'm going to do it.
Best. I think it's probably the best first half triple cap. I mean, it's hard to project, all the way to fucking game week 19 or whatever, where people are going to be out. But if we consider him to just be, alone, or him and Mo in like capability, and we consider the fixture, like you said, the timing and all that stuff, I think I'll do it. I think this is like pretty clear. He's at the peak of his game. He's really fit. They need points. And like, it's going to be a bus. And last year they couldn't break down a fucking van, let alone a bus. But it does mean that they're going to have 80% possession, and he's going to take fucking 8 shots. And that's like a guarantee because all their shots go to him. So I like that, and I'll probably just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they do have home leads in game week 13. Yeah. So I think that's in isolation, I prefer home leads to home Burnley for goals for City.
Openness. Yeah.
Yeah. But as you say, we don't know what the world will look like in game week 13. A monarch might die, and that doesn't happen. So we have known information right now that this game is happening. It's home Burnley. It's right here in front of us. So I'll be thinking about it this week. But
I mean, you mentioned the rest too. It's not insignificant to just look ahead at that, right? So the Leeds fixture, the 2 games before that are away Newcastle, home Leverkusen in UCL. Then a few days later is home Leeds, and then 3 days later is away Fulham because it's the beginning of the pile up.
Yeah,
it's just tough. Like obviously that's the easy game, but like he's not going to play 90 in all 5 games in whatever it is, 2 weeks or less.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we will rubber stamp any triple cap perverts. We might.
Yeah, I think I'll do it. I think I'll join.
You think
the
you
people.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't thought enough about it yet.
Me neither.
Usually don't think too much about cap till the mid later.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it on Thursday. I also really haven't like analyzed Liverpool's schedules. I mean, yeah, they also have like right at the beginning of the pile up their home Sunderland, away Leeds.
And
like,
and I have to be honest with you, I don't really feel as confident capping Mo at all right now.
Right now, no.
Because of the role. And, we don't have Isak in the team. We don't know what it looks like settled, but just in general, I mean, there are games we just kind of watch Mo. He just doesn't take a shot.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to have that as a possibility on a triple
right
cap.
now. Like if Liverpool were home Sunderland this week, we would not be talking about the triple cap just because the output hasn't been as consistent as Haaland. Part of it is the form, and the form is incredible. So
he doesn't have a triple cap fixture before he leaves either. So
Mo does.
When?
Away West Ham, home Sunderland, away Leeds are all before he leaves.
I mean, you're not going to triple cap in an away game, but I thought he was leaving at the beginning of December. What did we look at?
I thought it was 16. AFCON
16th
schedule.
So he's going to be here till the game week 15 is going to be his last one? December 6th?
December 21st is the first game of AFCON. So yeah, he'll play 16.
Game week 16, he'll probably play too. That's December 13th. So yeah, I mean, home Sunderland is the one that you would be holding out.
Sunderland and away Leeds would be like the best two for him.
Yeah, and I probably would prefer away Leeds. But yeah, it's just
possibly even home NFO, depending what state Ange has them in. They're not the NFO of last year.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and that's again, like you said, that we don't know where the world's gonna be at that point. Like are Liverpool gonna be fucking humming? Like I don't know. A lot of unknowns. Yeah, I mean,
and what about other City picks?
Reijnders, I got talked out of keeping him by you. I'm not trying to throw blame, but he was fucking great.
You can blame me.
Yeah, he was fucking great, and he is great, and he played 90 again. He DEFCON'd, which I think will be, maybe 15%, maybe less, maybe a 10%er if he hits DEFCONs. I mean, he hasn't gotten 60% of the way to hitting a DEFCON points until the Arsenal game, which was a complete freak game.
Yeah, I mean, and the other games that look good for him at DEFCON might be the other Arsenal game and the two Liverpool games.
Arsenal and Liverpool, that's it.
I mean, those types of things, like we are seeing in midfielders especially. I mean, not like Caicedo or something, but there is a huge amount of like Semenyo got it, right? There's a huge amount of variance with these busy midfielders.
Yeah.
That, there's just going to be one or two, probably it'll be more like, 6 or 7 games throughout the course of the season where just the opposing game plan and their game plan converge, where they're getting a lot of recoveries. They're targeting his area or something like that. So I think that's something you just kind of throw away. But I mean, the assist was nice, well taken. But yeah, I think more to the case in point are just the minutes. Like he's being relied on very heavily. I think that the Cherky injury is, I think, really a really important domino, and the Marmoush to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, he's relying on him, and, he was an expensive buy, and, he's just at his price. I mean, he's 5'6" now. He went price dropped. He's just going to be fine. Like, he's not going to be bracing, and he will be steadily returning probably.
Well, that I don't fully agree, because I do think he will occasionally brace. The positions he gets are so good, and like these wide open 3v2 counters he gets are so good that he will run into points. And an assist and 2 bones and DEFCON, like he had a fucking haul. I don't think that's going to be frequent or anything, but like he will blank 3 games in a row, as he just did, and he will also haul. And for a 5-5, that's fucking great. That's amazing.
I don't believe braces are in his future, just because he's not shooting enough. Like, I mean, if he might get 2 good chances, but like finishing the 2 good chances and that's it in a game is really difficult. So maybe I'll get 1 or 2 or something. But I'm not looking at him as like an explosive play or someone like that. But either way, I mean, as long as he's getting minutes, you're probably in good shape to
he will trickle in points and be good, and I guess he's good on bonus too, which is that's helpful.
That could have it could have been very DEFCON related, because I think there were some of those interlapping overlapping.
But he was
actions,
okay
but-
on bonus and the other ones while missing chances. You know, like if he gets an attack
18,
return, it
12.
seems like he's good on bone. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
fair.
a good hold. I wish I held him. Am I gonna make a transfer to him? I don't. Probably not. But are there any other? I mean, I guess the other questions are like Bob Foden, third City player, all this shit. Like, are any of these picks? Like, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Especially, I mean, I'm even more concerned about all of these picks because Sav just came off the bench for a few minutes. I mean, you're going to throw his name into this ring as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob is obviously not a pick. He just bombed him out. So, yeah, I get like Foden punt just because he's the most reliable of
He's
these
Foden.
players, even though he hasn't done it for a couple of years. I just, and I get the appeal because they have the Burnley and they have the fixtures coming up, but it just doesn't seem like it's a good spot to go to me. But I'm not going to kill you if you're just like, I'm going to make a 3-week play and hope I get 2 starts and maybe I get some fucking thing. And it's just not the way I'm playing this year, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same. Like Parmo's like wildcarding in 8 or 9 and he just wants a short punt. And it's like, yeah, I get it with Foden. I think I would rather Doku, blasphemy. I just think he's been on fire. Maybe he turned a corner.
Yeah,
maybe he's good. As far as defenders, like I still just have Ran in the back of my mind. I mean, obviously he's hurt. He's not considered. He's nowhere near being fit. But, he started 2 games. He got 15 and 8 DEFCONs in those 2 games. O'Reilly started the last 2 games in the exact Ran role that we imagined in preseason. He's got 9 and 9 DEFCONs in those 2 games. They're, defense looks way more solid with Kuznov in there and Kvard back. So it is in the back of my head. I hope he price drops more. I hope he's like 5-6 by the time he comes back, if that's even possible. But yeah, I wouldn't go for anyone else.
Yeah, it's an interesting DEFCON kind of position, the left back on City, like because they're playing up in that spot and they like swarm a lot when they lose possession and then they recover it. It's I don't know. There might just be something to the way that City's set up and the way they play that spot's just uncharacteristically to the rest of the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just getting it. Yeah, but I mean, we've had a long number of games where they're right there, and have gotten it before.
Yeah.
So that might be, a rare fullback.
It's a rare
DEFCOner.
one, but like if you average in O'Reilly's minutes, I mean, it's averaging basically DEFCON every game, every start. So it's worth noting.
Yeah, good call. Even though we have to backburner the call for a while.
Yeah, backburner.
Yeah. We are not making a lot of broad ground today.
I mean, that was a big fucking game. That was a big game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? 10-hour pod incoming. I mean, Bournemouth, Newcastle, we were hoping it was going to be a barn burner. There were some Semenyo cappers out there. There's some Woltamata, I think price rose. So people were thinking, fireworks, up and down game. And Eddie said, no, we're not going to do that.
We're not playing. We're not playing a game today. I mean, the thing that...
You're looking at Burn, right? That's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Burn when I was wildcarding, and I just couldn't really get there. I mean, the thing that makes this really encouraging to me, because we're typically looking at Europe as a negative for FPL picks, which it generally is. A takeaway for me here is that when they're on really short, exhausted rest, Edward just is okay to not have a game take place, and maybe they nick one on a counterattack while doing really nothing at all in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Shar's not fit. He went to a back 3. Tiao, however you say his name, and Botman,
Tiao,
Shar, and Burn.
to Tiao.
Yeah, I mean, they're all very, very capable. Like any 2 of those 4 players could start any given game, and you're probably not losing much. He just never drops Burn. Like he plays Burn maybe he just wants someone that's 6'6" or whatever, but he fucking plays him every minute he can.
Absolutely loves him.
So, and he's also, other than the game he played at left back, like he's hit DEFCONs in 3 of the other 4 games. And
I don't know what the hell the Leeds game. Oh, is that the left back?
He played left back. Yeah, he played left back that game. So
just throw that out. That doesn't even count. Yeah.
So and he's still 5. So I like Burn a lot.
Yeah. I mean that was
a pick there.
That was Zhao's question. Is it Dan Burn time? And Espen said, "Are we sleeping on Eddie's defense?" And it just seems like, yeah. I mean, if they're willing to drop a lot of points, frankly, and maybe we'll see, months from now how much that has dented their hopes for qualifying for another Champions League or not. They did it against Leeds. They obviously did it against Bournemouth with really no attacking output at all in either one of those games.
They have 4 cleans.
Yeah, then if he's willing to be that team, then yeah, I mean they all get a huge upgrade, and it does seem like Burns the nailed guy.
Yeah, I mean, remember what they looked like 2 years ago. I mean, they didn't have Europe, but they kept like 14 cleans or something that year.
They kept the trips year when he was the best pick.
Yeah. They kept so many cleans, and
16.
These 5 games,
16.
Yeah, 16. That's crazy. I mean, and in these 5 games, I mean, they're not luckily keeping clean sheets. They're like they should be
shutting everyone down. Yeah,
they're not. They haven't conceded like anything like really at all. So. Yeah, I mean, I there's something here. I think with the Newcastle defense, and yeah, Burns definitely the one I have my eye on.
Yeah,
attack wise, it's Pissair's coming back. I mean, they're going to keep playing on the counter attack. I'm sure that they'll be okay. But do you think is it too premature to go for? I mean, they play Arsenal this week, so you're probably not doing.
You're skipping there. This week for sure. Yeah. Even though he has I think he has like an insane record against Arsenal. He's like the scorer of all their 1-0 wins. Is Gordon, but you're not going there here. And I'm sure when I was talking about Bowen before, I'm sure people listening are like, Volta, why not Volta? Blah blah blah. But he doesn't start Champions League. He gets subbed early. The next time it might be the other way around. He doesn't start a Prem game and he starts a big Champions League game. I don't want to fucking take that chance. Don't know about pens or anything. Whereas with Gordon, another guy he just picks every single time he's available. If he could be limping off the pitch in a fucking boot, half dead, and he's gonna start next game. We've seen that a million times.
Yeah, he did drop him a little bit last year, though, if you recall.
Well, at the end, right? But wasn't he hurt and then coming back, or did he just straight drop him?
It's actually it's hard to know because but we don't know at any point what the fitness is because Edward just lies to us whenever anyone asks him. So it's hard to know. I mean, it could, but he was obviously bad last year. I mean, Gordon had a really down year last year, so it's maybe one the other or a little bit of both. But it's also a little bit tricky because they're gonna get Wissa back. It sounds like in a few game weeks.
Don't forget about the international
break. Yeah, so how that all kind of coalesces, we also have no clue. But I'm definitely. I mean, I was very interested in Gordon before the red card. The red card obviously removed interest, but he's back now, so I am still interested because he might have pens. We don't know that.
We think he does. I think smart money would say he probably does. Yeah. When Wissa's in there, I'm a little bit more scared that Wissa's just
he might take
old manning him, unking him, and just taking it. But yeah, for now you would think he does. Yeah. So pick. Yeah, there's a pick there.
Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle's a good start. Even though they have all these draws, they're a good start. Yep. Encouraged, for sure.
Let's talk about Merseyside Derb. Game of two halves, Derb. I mean, really, all the questions are about Mo. I mean, Mo is just main man in FPL every week, it seems like. And Lucas said, surely it's time for Mo to Holland. And JD said, is it time for Mo to go? This would free up funds for Isak and more other players you want/need. X50 said, for those of us on Wildcard, is Mo essential, even if we're capping Holland for the next 3 weeks? Which I'm sure we probably are. I haven't really looked closely at fixtures, but yeah.
You could cap Mo home Man United if you're feeling that vibration.
Right, in 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're home Everton, which is quite a discrepancy of fixture.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still, just keep saying it for a while, I guess, but I still don't understand why you can't have both of these players in your team.
I agree.
It's not, I can, obviously you can more easily get funds out of Mo to go up to Holland, just spend another transfer. Like just spend one more transfer and keep Mo and get Haaland. Like even if it's a hit, like Mo has returned in 4 games. He has pens. They will play better. They have been playing better. He will keep getting points. Like this is like me getting rid of Ollie after he returned every week last year at the beginning of the season.
Exactly.
He's returned every week. Like just keep him. He's going to go to Africa. He won't be in our teams for a long time this year, but I just don't get it. I really don't understand it.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I'm pretty confused and pretty lost. Why is it Mo to Haaland? Why are we wildcarding Mo out of the team? Why are we considering Isak? Like
I don't know.
I love like Isak and he's gonna be amazing, but like he's played 20 minutes. Relax. Like he hasn't done anything. He isn't on pens anymore. The fixtures are still mostly bad for Liverpool. You know, away Palace, away Chelsea next to. It's really still just Mo in the attack, and you don't have to think any harder about that. I mean, I'm glad. I didn't know where you were going to come on that, but I'm right there with you. There's no Palmer in the game. There's no Saka in the game. There's no Isak in the game. Just have Mo and Haaland. That's the right answer.
Yeah, and now that we are back very, very, very close to approaching the full fitness. I mean, it just makes Gakpo, like we just saw Verts get dropped. They're all just horrendous. Ekitike, like they're just all horrendous, terrifying minutes risks.
Too risky, way too risky for anyone but Mo.
And it's also not even from a standpoint of starting the game. These guys are going to be playing like 60-40 minutes, or 70-30 minutes. So they're going to, like, other than Mo, who he never subs, they're going to be getting subbed every game. So even that is like from Isak, like say Isak just starts starting all the time, he's probably going to play 70 minutes every game. I don't want that.
It
70 minutes
sense.
of open play. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You're of course you have the horses in the stable, but you're getting like averaging something like 70 minutes of only open play, like for 10-5. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't want that player.
No.
So, I mean, unless if there is something like, 2 promoted sides and 3, and you're doing like a really small little window punt to try and catch, like they might score 10 goals in the next 3 games type thing or whatever. But by and large, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, it's just like, I get it. Like maybe it feels like really boring or something, and everyone's just like hate watching him or Liverpool or whatever. But it's like, you don't have to make moves. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you don't win at poker by just like playing every single hand. You will guarantee lose your money if you do that. And sometimes just having Mo, who I love to remind people is the best FPL player of all time, when they're winning, they've won every game this season and he's returning all the time. It's like, just relax, guys. Just fucking relax. Meanwhile, we talked a lot about forwards and we got a lot of questions about forwards, non-Haaland forwards, that is. I mean, Kath kind of just asked the generic question of who are the best forwards other than Haaland, because she's wildcarding. So, I mean, do we just want to start there? Are there other forwards in the game who are picks?
I definitely think Yak is a like long-term future planning pick of like, okay, get the who we think has pens on Arsenal, like, top 3 team in the league.
Yes, I agree with that.
Just right there. So I do like that. And if you're not interested and you want to see it first, that's also fine. And I mean, I honestly don't really think there are any picks. I was a little bit interested by DCL's performance. He's 5'5".
Yeah.
He might have pens. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, Leeds might not have pen this year, but yeah.
He probably does, yeah.
And, if he's fit, Stack can obviously hit a direct free kick when there's a wall. I don't know if he's as good when there's no one in between him and the keeper, but yeah, I mean, I think DCL at 5'5" is like, it's probably a little bit early to go there, but I mean, I still wouldn't want to be getting someone like him and starting him like every week at all. So
yeah, his best role in a team is probably 8th attacker.
Yeah, which for 5'5",
rotate him in, and that's fine. Yeah, that's great. I mean, he's better than most 5'5" or under mids for the same role.
Yeah, but I mean, then we're at that point. Like, I would probably rather just not have another forward. I would just have Haaland, and I would build my team differently, because there are definitely more mid-priced midfielders in the game that look much better than similarly priced forwards. And as I've been on record saying, I think you should be starting at least 4 defenders every game week, so preferably 5. So I think that 5-4-1, 4-5-1, if you're not going with Gioc, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I obviously put my flag in the sand, and I think Bowen is a good pick. But I'm pretty alone on that. So, if you trust me or you don't. If you don't like him, don't get him. I mean, the other questions on forwards were just like, is Rich a pick from Al? Is Jaden Anthony a pick? Is Isadora a pick from Jow? It's just like,
isn't Jaden Anthony a mid?
Is he a mid in the game? That's weird.
Yeah, he is. He's a 5-5 mid.
Oh, interesting.
Foster's a forward.
Foster's a forward who, again, I think he's 5, and it's like, yeah, he'll
5,
start, but they'll be almost for sure the lowest scoring team in the league this year. It's not great. So. And the other lowest scoring team in the league is fucking Thiago's team and Brenham. So that's why he's not in my wildcard team, even though I owned him. He's just not great. Not on pens, as far as we know. Shada took the last one. Just not a fucking pick. There's very few forwards in the game.
Yeah. I mean, they're like someone like Foster. I mean, at 5 million, if you just want someone who's going to play, that might be 0.5 you're happy to spend if you are going to be going for a really.
You want a bench booster, and he plays home Leeds in 8, and you want to bench boost him in, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have no comprehension whatsoever why JSL would be in anyone's mind. I do think another guy that's a little bit flying under the radar because he hasn't been playing that well, but I could imagine being a pick is Muniz, because he's also 5-5. And it seems like he's turned the page.
He is just starting every week.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting subbed a little bit, which you'd expect when someone like of Jim's caliber is there. But it seems like he did just firmly turn the page here. And he's like, this is the striker.
His team. Yeah.
He's going to be playing. And, again, he's been bad. And Fulham have been really weird and fucked up. But I do anticipate Fulham getting better, like once Kevin gets integrated and is starting every week. And so he's another like cheap guy. But
he also scored a very VAR controversial goal. I don't know if you saw highlights.
Yeah, I did. See it was like that could have easily counted, and he's sitting there with 9 or something, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about him too, because it was like when I was starting with Jim in Gameweek 1, it seemed like done deal status that Muniz was leaving, and I feel like if you think in hindsight, what's the one thing that Milv could have said to him to make him stay? It's like, you're my guy. Like Jim is old. I believe in you. I want you to be my striker. And maybe that's just where we are.
Yeah. I mean, they speak the same language. So,
yeah, exactly. Do you want to go to any other matches, or do you want to just do some questions? How you feeling?
I mean, I don't know if any of the other matches are really that instructive. Like, we know Wolves are bad. They reemphasize that. And the Man United Chelsea game was such a ridiculous spectacle that we kind of can almost throw away in the garbage. I guess the Brighton Spud game was somewhat interesting. And I guess the other aspect of the Burnley NFO game too is, I mean, NFO should have scored like several goals. So that result, I think, is a little bit, and Burnley also probably should have scored.
Dubravka made some great saves. Yeah.
That result is the score is a very bizarre score based on how the game looked like it went. I mean, we weren't watching it in real time, even though it was on at the bar we were at, but watching extended highlights and seeing the quality of chances there, it looks like, that was a little bit of a misleading 1-1. But it wasn't like, oh, nothing happened kind of thing.
It kind of balanced, because the one goal that did go in was a fucking double deflection Nico Williams shot from distance. Yeah. So it's like, whatever.
But I mean, I guess the one thing with the Brighton Spud game, I think is really useful is just illustrating how few picks there are in both those teams, because
crazy.
You never know who's going to play because they have so much similar quality and depth, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Simons looks like an electric player.
Awesome. Yeah.
He's 7 and he's a little bit of a weird one. I don't know yet because he has been there for so little. It's too early to say, where he's still having a little bit of a preseason with them, I think, because he got there so late, even though he did have a preseason when he was at Leverkusen before he arrived, but not like fully in Frank's camp. But I mean, what do we make of Kudus? Because he keeps sort of just like popping up with points. And speaking of nailed, I mean, he's basically played every second of the year.
He's basically played every 90 in almost every game. I mean, 90'd against Villarreal, and then he still 90'd in this game. I mean, he's just in and around it just barely enough that he's trickling in with points. And he got a fucking, he has 2 games of 2 assists. That's crazy. And one of them is a fucking own goal from Van Hecke. Yeah. And it's just the frequency with which he's in the final third just has led to good stuff. I mean, it's not dissimilar. Like, he's not a similar player to like a Doku or something like that, But it's just, if you imagine someone like that is nailed, it's just like, you just don't watch the games and you're just like, he's getting the ball in the final third all day, every day. And he's starting every single game. And you just hope it leads to some stuff. I mean, he's still barely shooting ever. But his job is to get the ball, receive the ball on the wing, up the pitch, and then either dribble the ball into the box or pass the ball into the box. And good stuff happens if you do that for 90 minutes every game. So I don't
especially
think
when you're unlike, I mean, Doku has been for the last few games, but especially when you're really good at doing those things, which Kudus is. Like, Doku does those things,
incredible
and they can go anywhere.
But the crossing, is good,
but Kudus's crosses are tantalizing. Everyone almost like he bends them in pace, and he actually finds his teammates often. So.
Corners is not nothing. I mean, they are a set piece team. They're Arsenal mini set piece team with Frank, and he's taking all of at least one of the sides of corners. And he will keep doing that. So solid, unspectacular pick who you can, never count on. No matter how good or bad the fixture is, I think you just have to start him because like we've seen Frank teams
for sure.
0-0 against the worst team in the league and beat Man City or whatever. They'll continue to do that, I think. But he's solid, just a solid pick.
Yeah. I guess, and I also did want to ask you about Minteh, just because.
Oh my God!
I mean, I feel like I know you love him as a player, but as an FPL asset, I mean, he has also low key started every game this year.
I know. We went for the wrong guy. We both started with Ruder. It was Minteh.
Yeah. I mean, is he?
He is. I mean, he's not a winger. He's an inside forward, and he is tasked with not like crossing and doing wing stuff. He's tasked with getting into the box and taking shots,
scoring
goals. And he only has one, or maybe two, but he has one or two, and he has one.
No, just one. He's one goal, one assist
rounded
so
pick.
far.
But he gets fucking chances. He has gotten many chances. He will continue to get chances. That's what good players do. He's super young. Only up from here. I mean, it's. I could see him being a fine pick. The issue is the team he plays for and the manager he plays for. And as soon as you get him, you're terrified every single team sheet. And that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 5'9". As you're saying, he's always gotten chances and he always looks eye test dangerous. It's just, is the output going to come? And it's hard to know about that. Plus, he has the risk of, like you said, you get him in your team. All of a sudden, he wants to start playing Gruda right wing
Gotta
instead.
get Gruda
and you just don't see Minteh for you don't see him for 3 games. Or he's going to experiment with Welbs and this and that, and it's like some crazy shit, and he's not playing again.
Let's also talk about Pack while we're in this price bracket, because there's a lot of Pack slander and Pack doubting in our Discord, in the greater community, and everywhere. Off his back-to-back blanks and West Ham losing every game. Also 5'9". I went for Pack over Reijnders, who got on fucking 9-pointer, whatever. Where are we on the Pack-o-meter?
I mean, I'm extremely bullish on Pack, obviously. Like nothing's changing here for me. I mean, no. I mean, they're bad. They played one of the best defenses in the league this week. Yep. He had a huge chance against Spurs that he just missed wide.
Yep.
And he's on pens and he's fucking 6 million. So I just don't really know what people. He has 24 points through 5 game weeks, and one of the games they play with 10 men for 70 minutes. What do you want from this pick? Like, is 5 points a game not good enough? I'm not sure what's happening. So, he plays forward sometimes. He drops it in as a DEFCON potential in some games, depending on what the enemy's doing and how Potter's setting up. Like, we have been playing this game for a decade, and the pen-taking guy on bad teams who's cheap is a pick. Like, that's just who this is. And he has the added bonus of playing out of position forward often.
Pretty good.
And it's pretty good. Yeah. He's not going to return every week. This isn't Holland. But, you get Ndiaye and, he's hitting a DEFCON here and there, but is he's oh my God, it's like, this is such an obvious better pick. Like, no, I mean, they're sort of the same pick.
Yeah. I'd say he's
more
a
expensive.
Slightly better pick, but a lot of that has to do with
he's slightly more expensive.
Yeah, he's slightly more expensive and it's slightly better team.
Yeah.
Maybe more than slightly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sitting here with Pack and everyone's like, oh my God, freaking out about Pack and Walsh said he's the best pick in the game and blah, blah. And I'm like, wait. Did we watch that game? Because it was fine. I think where people are getting like the fraud and like maybe the anger a little bit is that like he's not really a DEFCON pick. He might occasionally run into it, but it's unlikely. Maybe if they get completely bossed by a much better team, but most weeks he's nowhere near it, which maybe that feels worse than it should. But he was in the box that second half where West Ham were totally on top of Palace before the Mitchell goal. He was in the box that entire time. Every attack, he was there. He was in the right spot to get points. I don't know. Just fucking chill, right?
And just a note on the DEFCON. I mean, I do not believe that we should be looking for DEFCON midfielders. Like, I don't think that's correct. There are one or two picks that are in the like Anderson is maybe an outlier here.
I think Bruno is much more DEFCOnable than Pack because he's so much deeper.
Yeah, and I mean, especially since Pack, he was playing before they got Fernandez in. I mean, he played games in the pivot, so he was those 2 games where he did hit it, or he had one in game and then he got 11 in the other time.
Yeah,
but the midfielders that are reliably getting it, like Caicedo, should reliably not be getting open play or just any goal or assist returns.
Yeah.
So like you're spending, like you still, I think, are looking for goals and assists from your midfielders. And if they happen to get some DEFCON games, then you take that, you cash it in the bank. But I think that like buoys all ships, where like Semenyo randomly gets it sometimes, and like Jack got it once, and then Ndiaye got it once. It's like, I fucking don't give a shit. Yeah. Like all these guys are going to get
back games. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then he'll probably go 4 games without getting it. Like all of these players who are just busy midfielders, other than players that play strictly like Mo, who obviously never defends. I feel like they're all, when we sit down at the end of the season, going to have gotten DEFCON somewhere between like 5 and 9 games or something. And you're just like, I'm not picking players for this. If I get one that got 8, great. But if they only got 4 or 5, I lost 6 points, but I'm looking for output. Like, I want fucking goals.
I mean, the good thing about when your midfielder hits it is they obviously don't get minus points for goals conceded. So they can get a 4-pointer and a 4-0 loss. And that's great.
Blank.
And like, if you want your 11th player to be that guy, I think that's worth it. I think that genuinely, I think those are picks for your 11th guy. They get 4-pointers every week. Totally fine. Semenyo got 5, right? And a 0-0. He got DEFCONs and a clean. Like that's a return.
I just think reliably finding that is the problem.
Yeah, it's hard. But there are guys who do it every week. But that's why
even Bruno,
Dam's got,
he's hit it twice.
Yeah, whatever. But he's been a lot closer, a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, his
when you
what
just
are
look
his
at the numbers,
actual numbers? It's
the Chelsea game's hard because they were up and
8,
down,
5, 17, 13, 11. So yeah, and the Chelsea game, they're up a man. Yeah.
But I mean, other than like Caicedo, who just is far and away. I mean, Anderson is on 15, 15, 11, 11, 11.
Yeah.
So he's right there every game. And you have to be right there almost every game, or else you're picking someone like Tyler Adams, who is 4th in the midfield league with DCs, or James Garner, who plays fullback sometimes, who's 2nd with DCs. So then all of a sudden you're having a sharp drop off. Like there's Bruno, who has 54 in total, and Ndiaye's on 51, which is a healthy total. But then you're down in the 40s after this many games played, and you're just not reliably hitting that. So, and then you're looking at DMs, right? So that's where it gets a little bit sticky.
Totally.
I think Anderson is probably, and I do want to see a little bit more of Ange and NFO before going there. But Like I still am looking like I'd rather have someone who's on pens than someone I think might get a little bit more DEFCON points when I don't really know.
Yeah. Right. Like it seems like the absolute ceiling would be like maybe 60% of the time, and most of these guys who are good will still get it only around 40% of the time, and that's like not that much. I mean, my preseason hot take was like I was taking a long, hard look at Rodri, who I guess is fit now. I mean, he still looks tired as shit to me, but
I don't know what he's been doing.
He's played 90 in 2 games. In those 2 games, he's gotten 10 and 16 DEFCONs. He subbed off early against Man United. He was on 7. Maybe there's something there. Probably not. But yeah, it's
probably
not. It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Yeah. I think the other aspect to this too is there are just a lot of guys between 5'5" and 6'5" that are in midfield that are kind of very similar ish, and picking between them is not an easy task. And if you're looking at that, if you make a pick there and you're scrutinizing it every couple games, you're just going to miss out on points, and then you're going to transfer in yesterday's points. So I think you need to look at those players and say, this is my guy. I'm going to give him a couple months rather than, what have you done for me lately? I'm going to chase someone else, because it's just not going to go. I don't think that's going to go well. And I do want to make one more remark in this price bracket. Enzo, if Palmer is actually injured, is back to being a pick, even though he's price risen to 6-7. I mean, with pens, he's like, put him in with Ndiaye and Pack as just the midfielder on pens on a team that, it plays in the Premier League.
And my shouts are always, I'm always looking at the guys who are price dropping. There's been a lot of interesting price drops. Right? Mamardashvili, whenever Allison gets hurt, best pick in the game. He's fucking 4-3. It's insane. Sure. But the reason I bring this up is I think Baliba's maybe down to 4-8. I mean, eventually he's going to start. He's their best midfielder by so far. And he'll be a DEFCON guy, and he does some attacking stuff. And then the reason I bring this up right now is because he did
just start, by the way. He just got ripped at half.
Well, eventually he'll play 90 is what I should have said.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring this up right now is because I still just think we're comparing all these guys. Give me Sarr over all of these guys we just talked about. When he's back and fit, he's the only out-of-position striker in the game. He's an out-of-position striker on an upper mid-table team.
Pack is kind of an out-of-position
Pack
striker.
is not. You need to let this go. He's very much not an out-of-position striker.
That's why I said kind of.
Well, he's not kind of, and Sarr factually is. So it's a big difference. I think Sarr open play goals to a level that none of these other guys can.
I agree.
So keep it.
Although I think Ndiaye I think is very similar in terms of open play goal potential.
But he actually has barely been shooting. So he gets his tap-ins and he still shoots once a game. Do you want to bang these questions out or move into Thursday?
Let's do a few questions and we'll get out of here.
Let's do some questions. Okay. Hemdog, any good similar price options to yeet out Rodgers for, or do we go cheap to the DEFCON gods? Wow. What a relevant, nice little question right there.
Who would you, I mean, if you had Rodgers.
If I had it to do over again and pick this last spot or whatever.
Yeah, like who is this number one for you right now? You're transferring the player in right now. Is it just Reijnders because of the 3 fixtures coming up? Tipping the scales?
I mean, assuming he can't go up, I'm still very high on Semenyo.
Sure.
But that is a significant price difference there. So, yeah, I mean, I like your Enzo shout a lot, but it probably is just Reijnders.
Okay.
Just starting 90 every game, best team. What about you?
I still like Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not go Pack over Reijnders.
Yeah. I would put Pack and Ndiaye ahead of Reijnders, I think.
Wow, okay. Parmo, if you have any 2 game week punts, please discuss them. We don't look at the game like this. Like, I don't even know who people are playing in 2 games.
I mean, I think you're also wanting to, we talk about this, every few episodes, but I don't agree that the best way to use transfers in front of your wild card is to take two punt, like using them on little punts. I don't think the difference that your perceived difference of point potential of getting those picks versus who you already have, unless if they're already hurt. But like, I'm assuming you're asking this question because you're dead ending into a wild card.
Yes.
Just save your transfers and get
agree.
whatever points you get. Or wild card now. Like, why are you waiting?
Exactly.
Just because Arsenal play Newcastle doesn't mean that they're guaranteed to score 0. If that's what you're really waiting for, like, just get that team now, like, and then start saving again. If your team is in such disrepair right now, like, I see those things like so differently.
Completely agree. I think that's the under-discussed biggest change they made in FPL in a while. Not just the stockpiling, but the rolling of the freeze on the wild card. Like,
to get more than 2.
Yeah, like, and people
are
freeze, you mean? Sitting on 4 freeze, and they're like, "Oh, I'll punt and dead end to wildcards." Like, just wildcard, and then you'll still have 4 freeze. It's insane.
And I mean, this is going to probably take a few more years. But just to be clear, because I think we know this and we shortcut it, but I don't know if we've ever explicitly said it. Before, when you could only save 1 transfer to 2. You come off your wild card and you have the most amount of transfers you can have. You just have to save 1 time after you make 15. You pick your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're right there at max transfers after 1 week. It's hard to not, like, you'd have to have an injury, but you just get 2 transfers all the time. So right now, like, when you're looking at it with 2 transfers, you obviously want to spend them because you want to try, you don't get 3. So spend 1 now on a high upside pick. Spend 1 next. So the value of the transfers are less.
The alternative is burning freeze when 2 was the max. Yeah.
Yeah. So then but with this, the way the game is now, like, that's just not, that's not the case. So getting more and then making bigger changes is just always going to, I think, be better for you strategically.
And just like, if you think about it, macro style, breaking the game down into like different chunks, right? You could wildcard now, soon be on 5 freeze, and then you have 8-ish game weeks to use your freeze before you get another 5 freeze.
Yeah, this year especially.
It's unbelievable.
Before you get another wild card.
And then you get another wild card. It's like you can bridge all these gaps with max flexibility, max freeze, get whoever you want, best picks in the game, instead of being like, should I get Foden for 2 weeks? It's like, no, just start your guy, who's fine or whatever.
Yeah.
Jeff said, Walsh, I'm once again here to ask about Kelleher versus Dubravka, or do we real talk just start Dubravka regardless of fixture at this point?
I would 100% do that. I would always start Dubravka over Kelleher at this point.
Even at City this week?
Yeah. I mean, what's Kelleher going to do? Concede probably 2 and maybe get 3 saves. I mean, he has 1 save. Does he have a save point this year? He might have none.
Let me see.
Let me check. He has 1 save point all fucking year. I mean, if this isn't the worst goalkeeping pick in the game, I don't know who is. I would so from that standpoint, yes, I'm on Dubravka, but it's got to be Petrovic at this point from what we've seen as the 4 or 5 goalkeeper. Right? I mean, they're smothering teams.
The worst thing about Petrovic, it's twofold. He gets no saves, and Bournemouth have good picks.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily go Senesi and Diakite with Semenyo, and they're all amazing picks. So that's the only downside.
I think that the delta between Dubravka and Burnley's defense and the 4.5 million defense teams is not 0.5. Like, it's much narrower than that.
That's why
what I've seen so far. Yeah, which is why I love that for you. And I think that's a perfectly fine place to be. And I mean, from the 4 or 5 goal picks, I mean, Roafs should be discussed more.
Great. He's great.
Because
he looks amazing.
I mean, individually as a goalkeeper looks great. He's not like Sarr out there. And the team is set up very defensively sound and organized so far. So, and their home games are really hard for everyone else that comes. Like, it's a tough place to play. They have had really easy
fixtures so far, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I'd flag that, but yeah, I'm with you.
At 4 or 5, he's certainly a name to consider. But I think you could probably put Kelleher in maybe the worst goalkeeping pick in the game. Is there a worse pick? Hermansen doesn't play. He doesn't play because he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Other than players that don't play.
I mean, Sarr's
worse.
And should get dropped for Johnstone permanently. I mean, kind of all 3 Leeds goals. I was like, wow, he probably should have saved that.
Bart's probably worse.
Bart might be worse. Yeah,
Bart might be worse. I mean,
but at least Bart, like, when they occasionally get a random clean, he's like good on bones because the passing and all that shit.
He has 8 points. He started every game.
It's very few. Very few.
Less than 2
Keller
points a
has
game.
10. He started every game. Sajal said, how much does the opposition and game state impact players' ability to DEFCON? I wish I knew this.
Yeah. I still barely know what a DEFCON is.
And
they're different for defenders and midfielders.
Yeah, we just tell each other stories, and that's, I think, part of the fun of DEFCON. It's like, oh, they're starting to build up on the left. Like, Alderete is definitely going to hit the fucking DEFCONs here. Like,
no, they're playing Bournemouth. They're definitely going to DEFCON.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Valverde said, with there being no strong premium options in midfield, is it just a DEFCON defense, cheap mids, and then 3 expensive forwards the way to go? Which basically means Holland, Gyak, and Isak, which I just still do not advise that at all.
Well, the question's also trying to co-opt us into his narrative that Mo is not a pick, which is not real life here at FML FPL LLC.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Q Winner said best fixture runs to target coming up. Arsenal feels like a big one. Are there any others to have on the radar?
I'm so far out on fixture runs this year because of the
we're
parity.
Locked in together. You should keep sleeping on my floor because we are fucking brain synced right now. This is insane. I was all year in preseason. I've been saying people spend way too much time on fixtures. Give me the good picks and players. I don't care that much about fixtures. Yeah,
there just aren't good fixtures. Like all 3 of these promoted teams are just good teams. Like every team is good. Like. Every team's good. You know, I don't give a shit.
The best run is actually Arsenal's. Like, that's an example of, like, the best possible run. Home West Ham, at Fulham, home Palace, at Burnley, at Sunderland. And,
3 Darbs and 2 away games.
Well,
is the
London
best run
Darbs
possible.
London Darbs are not real. Like, we
trying
know
to
that.
spin. But I mean, you're also looking at that as this is a great fixture run, which it is comparatively to what another grouping of 5 games could be.
Yeah.
At Fulham, organized good defense, usually don't ship a lot. Palace, top 4 defense in the league, basically. Like at Burnley, that's going to be 11 men behind the ball for 90 minutes suffering. At Sunderland, it's going to be a really organized team. It's not going to be an easy game and a really hard place to play. Like every game is hard. So fuck that. Like just pick the players who are in consistent roles or have things about them that you like and just stop paying so much attention to the fixture because they're just not as important.
The other thing with that fixture run is that Palace play AEC Lamica before Arsenal. So they're going to be fucked with this team from Cyprus. So triple captain Arsenal assets is what I'm trying to say because they're going to be so exhausted and dead from that game.
Were you on Discord last week during Fuckle when we learned that Sideshow Bob is in Fuckle playing for a Cypriot Champions League team?
Best thing ever. Yeah, I was
incredible.
There. I was there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I my response was, I wonder how many titles that guy is. And I took a quick look, and it was a fucking shitload.
Probably
he's won
25.
He's
40?
won every league. He's won every cup. He's won multiple Champions League. No World Cups, but he's won like
Brazil.
Copa Americas and shit. He's just a legend. I love David.
This is David Luiz we're talking about here.
Yeah, people don't know.
I thought he retired 5 years ago. Did you not?
Yeah, I just, he's been playing in Brazil. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know,
How does he end up in fucking Cyprus?
What's weird is that when I go to his FB ref page, he hasn't been playing for them domestically. He just played. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe their schedule's just different.
They probably don't have the Cyprus league.
It's like a rec league.
It's not a real league. They're just playing like Malta teams and like intercoastal fucking crazy shit.
It's just awesome. Oh, they have Ken Sema. They have some names.
Ken Sema, Prem Leicester legend.
Watford.
Yeah, sorry, right,
he's a Watforder. Yeah, weird shit. Sammy said, "Is it possible to find more than 6 attackers that you're happy with on Wildcard?"
Yes.
Yes, it is. And then last was, I read it earlier, but Pack to Reindeer seems good for the next 3 from Viking.
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it working and I could see it flopping. I don't know. It's probably just not the best use of a free transfer, even though I like Reijnders way more than Walsh does. It's just not the best use of frees.
And I think we haven't talked about Discord. I mean, we have to smoothly integrate that, which I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
If you've been listening to this podcast today for this long, you must, for some reason, take interest in what we're talking about. But if you want to support us and hang out with us more, we have our Discord and everything on the Patreon and extra pods on Thursday. It's, it helps keep the pod going, and we have a nice little community of like-minded savage animals in there, and it's always a good time.
If you don't like parasocial relationship and you just want an actual social relationship with us, you got to get on the Discord. If you want to ask a question that I ask on air, got to get on the Discord. Surely if I fan the embers long enough, we will sometimes catch your flame. And that's what we're doing here. Get on there. Get in there.
That's a nice one. Where'd you come up with that?
I think that's a song lyric. Fan the embers.
It's probably a poem as well.
Long enough, catch your flame. I'm Googling it, live Googling it. Oh yeah, it's a Prefab Sprout song. Good job by me. Great band.
All right.
I think that's it for now. We'll be back on Thursday. Friday Night Lighting.
A lot of games this week, so we should have
EFL Cup games. I think tomorrow and Wednesday in Europa. Not Conference League yet, right? But maybe one.
Yeah, I think Conference
away.
League. Yeah, we're coming up to Conference League soon.
Okay. Good job by you. Let me slap some asses. Lookman, Ramundin, Marco Ristic, Matt McGrath, Stud Muffin 69, Vic, and Chris Walfart. Hands, baby, get in there. And Walsh, I will ask you any last words?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL, sportspage.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.